Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Really excited about today's topic.
Me too.
We're diving into something that honestly impacts everyone at home, upgrading your HVAC system, and specifically, improving indoor air quality.
Yep.
We're looking at this offer that's floating around, $500 off a full system replacement OR, you get a free UV light, and a whole home media filter if you install a new HVAC system.
Right. And our goal here is basically to pull out the key info from our research, look at the real benefits, what you need to consider for, your home's comfort, your health.
And your wallet, let's be honest.
And your wallet, absolutely.
Okay, so let's jump in. Part one, that HVAC system upgrade. Why even think about replacing the whole thing? I mean, $500 off is nice, but what's the bigger picture?
Well, it's actually pretty significant. The sources we looked at really hammer home the energy efficiency gains.
Okay.
Older units, they lose efficiency over time, sometimes dramatically. New systems, much, much higher efficiency levels.
Which translates directly to lower energy bills.
Right. Exactly. Lower costs month after month. That's a huge drop.
But it's not just the money, is it?
No, not at all. There's the environmental angle, too. Newer units don't use those older harmful refrigerants like R22. They phase that out after 2010.
Right.
So you're actually lowering your home's carbon footprint. And then there's just peace of mind.
How so?
Well, a new system means reliable performance, fewer breakdowns, hopefully none for a while. Plus, you get a new manufacturer's warranty. Less worry.
Okay, that makes sense. And I saw something interesting in the research, too. A new HVAC can actually bump up your home's value.
That's right. Some figures suggest up to maybe 7%. So you factor in the $500 discount, the long-term energy savings, the reliability, and potential home value increase. It starts to look like a really solid investment.
Definitely more than just a discount.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. The other side of that offer, the free UV light and whole home media filter. This is all about air quality.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting for health.
Let's tackle the whole home media filter first. What's the deal with those? How are they different from just, the basic filter I slide in?
Big difference. A whole home unit is integrated right into your HVAC system. So it's not just filtering air in one room, it's filtering basically all the air circulating through your entire house.
Okay, gotcha.
And the types of filters matter. You've got your basic flat filters, for maybe large dust bunnies. Then you have extended media filters, which are better, last longer. But the real powerhouse often is the HEPA filter.
Right, HEPA. We hear that term a lot. What does it actually do?
So HEPA stands for high efficiency particulate air. And it's not just hype. These filters are designed to capture at least 99.97% of particles that are 0.3 micrometers in diameter.
Sounds tiny.
It is. Think pollen, dust mites, mold spores, even bacteria, and many viruses fall into that size range or just above it.
Okay.
And filter effectiveness is rated using the MRV system minimum efficiency reporting value. Scale of 1 to 16, higher is generally better filtration.
So just get the highest MRV reading possible, like MR 16.
Well, hang on. This is where some nuance comes in, especially from community discussions we saw, like on Reddit. Super high MRV filters, like 16, are often hospital grade.
Right.
They can actually be too restrictive for a typical home HVAC system. It might strain your blower motor, need more frequent changes, or even require upgrading the motor itself.
Right. So overkill isn't always good.
Exactly. Often, something like a MRV 11 to 13 hits a really good balance for residential use, great filtration without, choking your system.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Find the sweet spot.
Oh,
Okay, what about the other part of that freebie, the UV light? Sounds kind of futuristic.
Yeah, UV light air purification. It uses shortwave UVC light. The idea is to kill or neutralize airborne pathogens, bacteria, mold, viruses.
So it zaps them?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It damages their DNA so they can't reproduce. It's often used with filters, kind of a 1-2 punch.
But does it really work? I mean, air moves pretty fast through the ducts.
That's the key debate, and again, something discussed online. UV is very effective at preventing mold and sort of slime growth on the AC coils themselves. That's a definite plus.
Okay, I could see that being useful.
For airborne stuff moving quickly past the light, effectiveness really depends on the intensity of the UV light and how long the air is exposed. Some studies show it can work, but it needs to be designed right.
Any downsides?
Well, one potential concern raised is ozone. Some older UV systems could produce ozone as a byproduct, which you don't want indoors.
Right, definitely not.
But newer tech, like some LED UV systems mentioned in the discussions, things like the RME Halo LED, often claim to be ozone-free, so that's something to look for.
Good to know. And if you weren't getting it free with this offer?
The costs can vary quite a bit. Sources suggest anywhere from maybe $750 up to $3,500 or so, depending on the system.
So getting it bundled free is actually a pretty significant value add there.
Yeah.
So putting it all together, you're talking about upgrading to a system that doesn't just control temperature efficiently, but also actively works to clean the air you breathe.
Exactly. Which really brings up a core question for you, the listener. How much importance do you place on both top-notch energy efficiency and, well, truly clean indoor air?
It forces you to think about the long game, doesn't it? Comfort? Sure. But also health, those energy savings over time. This deep dive really shows that thinking about your HVAC, maybe taking advantage of an offer like this, it's more than just a repair or a replacement. It feels like an investment in your overall well-being at home.
A very important one, I'd say.